Is it possible for someone to have too many plants? I say no. Of course I say no. I have 1,000 plants and stuffed in here. But I always want more plants. And something arrived in the mail today. That's very exciting. I got my shipment from Shriner's Gardens. I'm very excited. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love irises, bearded irises. I love all irises, but bearded irises in particular because they just are bigger. Bigger's better. So let's unbox and see what I got. Okay, let's see what I got from Shriner's Gardens. Shriner's Gardens, I know nothing about other than that they advertise heavily on my Facebook and on my Instagram and all of, and I have been following them, and in their ads, I'm a sucker. I can't help it. So I ordered a few things. So I was like, oh, this is great. And you know, the thing about bearded irises is that you order them, like, and then you don't get it for months and months and months. I don't even know when the season is. We have a local iris farm around here called Horton Iris Farms, I think it's called. And they close. It seems like more of like a spring thing. I don't know. Here it is July and they're sending me everything that I ordered at the beginning of the year. So it's kind of like Christmas. You don't know what you're gonna get. So, but you guys know my philosophy. Can you ever have too many plants? Absolutely not. Okay, maybe a little bit, but anyway, not when it comes to irises. I can spread them around. The only thing about irises is that you do need to divide them. They grow, and then they, you know, sort of stop flowering as profusely because they're crowded and they're unhappy, and also they age out. So the mother plant will make babies, and then that mother plant will make babies, and so you've got at some point to get rid of the mothers or the grandmothers at that point and just keep the fresh young rhizomes. That's what I learned, they're rhizomes, not bulbs. So anyway, there is some maintenance to these perennials, but not a lot. And I love the structure they bring to a garden, that, you know, that tall. So anyway, let's get into it. We can talk a little bit more about them. I did open the first 2 boxes to check out and frankly to remind me what I bought. And so the first one I got, I mean, I was very impressed with how they were packaged. They're in shredded newspaper and labeled. This one's called Sugar Blues. Is that Sugar Blues? Maybe I'll pop them up on the screen for you or something here. That's a nice looking. So they'll all come like this with a little rhizome with the roots, and then they trim the fronds into this fan shape. So Sugar Blues, it's it's 36 inches. So that's a beautiful one. What else did they put in here? The packing slip and an easy care guide. Nice. So they've got some information here about what to do. All right. So Sugar Blues I picked because it's this beautiful, gosh, what would you say, like dark lavender? It's a color I don't have a lot of that I enjoy. I'd say it's probably close to my Pugster Blue, or maybe my Blew My Mind of Ovulus, or maybe my Scabiosa. I've got a little bit of this, but they're, especially for my Blew My Mind, it's low to the ground. These will give me nice spikes of blue. All right, I even made a plant tag with them, and what a great way of labeling them. They have them on here attached because they all look alike. So you don't know what color you're getting once you take that tag off. All right, this one is Hey Darling, which is a beautiful raspberry, which is very similar to the Kufia I have, that color. Let's say There's a little difference between these two. Not as impressed with this guy. And let's see the pricing on these. My particular ones that I have in here aren't in their catalog that they sent me, but they range anywhere from $9 to $75 in this catalog. Most of them seem to be in the I'd say $20 realm. And then they do collections, which brings me to my next plant. So this is a collection that I purchased, I think. I don't think no, it wasn't a collection. It was a pick your favorites and get a discount or something like that. Pick so many. I don't really remember how many I bought. So, oops. Okay, so let's see what I got in here. Again, pretty small rhizome. This is marrying kind. Oh, this is pretty similar to one I have over here. Beautiful. It's got the blush pink on top with the lavender purple on the bottom. That's beautiful. Wow. But it's similar to one I already have. I'll have to go hunt down a picture. I don't know what that kind is, but I don't want to plant them too close together because then I'll have duplicates. Cherry Blossom Song. This was the one that they advertised on my Facebook, and I was like, I have to have that. It's, I don't know if I'm using the terminology right, it's a bicolor, so it's got, I'll show you on the screen, but it's got the, almost like a Coco Loco rose color, if you're familiar with that. I don't know what that is, a pinky brown on the top with a variegated raspberry on the bottom. Stunning. Okay, I wonder if I should just lay these out and then I can put some of the, they're all labeled so I can take them out of the box at this point. I definitely don't want to leave them out on this metal. They will fry. This metal gets hot. This way I can go like this, and I'll put some of this here. Yeah, I'm impressed they packaged them really well. I think I'm really more appreciative of how they label them because I would mess up if some people just write with like a Sharpie on the greenery. That would not work for me. I'm too unorganized. Irish Beauty. Look at that gorgeous one. It's like a soft pink with maybe a little darker pink where the two styles of petals separate. Because you know, bearded irises, I don't know the anatomy of them, but they've got the part that goes up and the part that goes down, their petals. Oh, beautiful. Oh. The soft pink is funny because I have so much, I'll have to find a special place for that. I have so much pink cashmere that could be, you know, competing with it. Ooh, Bounce. Bounce is like almost a dark red. Wow. I remember when I picked this one out because I said I needed more like dark plum in my garden. I have the Kufia and the dahlias, the Totally Tempted and the Vivid Violets for Proven Winners, and they're beautiful and I can see them from across the yard. And I was like, I need some more of that. And for me, my iris bloom in the winter. And so I thought, well, that would be pretty to have some of that dark plum or dark fuchsia, you know, popping up tall. This is not as tall as some of the others. This one gets to be 25 inches versus the 36 of others, but I really like the pop that it brings. Ooh, what's this one? Oh, this was so Autumn Riesling. Now this is a healthy rhizome and it already has the leaves popping up from the bottom. You can just see there's a bunch of new growth on it already. This is a really healthy rhizome that you can tell wants to grow and get big. The autumn Riesling I was hoping would be more apricot-y or tangerine. In the picture, it's giving me more orange vibes, but that's okay. That's all right. I don't mind orange. It's not my favorite. I like apricot and tangerine. It's yellow and red that I really don't prefer to have in my garden. So we'll see. We'll see how that one goes. Oh, okay, this one is called Cinque Terre. What do you think is how you say it? It's the town in Italy that's like on the hills. Wow, stunning. This one is like a mauve with a smoky sunset orange on the bottom. Stunning. And this is a tall one. This gets to be 43 inches. So that's a tall one. So I have to remember to put that in like the back of the bed or in the middle of the bed where when it goes up tall, I can easily see it. Oh, these are so pretty. Okay. Oh, look, another pink one. Oh boy. Eraser pink. I think this was the other one that I saw. And I think this one was in the book, if I remember correctly. Eraser pink. Yeah, here it was listed. If you get their catalog, it's the only one of the ones so far anyway that I've seen that it's a new introduction, new for 2026. The last of our 2026 introductions to bloom. The aptly named Eraser Pink closes the season with sophistication. It says it's a favorite in the display garden and went through years of trials. A bright coral pink. Oh, okay. I wouldn't call this coral. I would call this like a blush, but okay. It says standing 33 inches in height and 7 to 8 buds per stalk. Eraser Pink also carries a faint and pleasant fragrance. So there you go. Interesting that they call it a soft coral. It's not a word. It's not how I would describe that color, but you know, pictures, and everyone sees color different. I learned that from my aunt who's an artist. She said everyone sees color differently. Oh, this is so fun to see, like, oh, what did I buy? Ooh, this is a good size rhizome. Ooh, okay, this is a Victoria Falls. Victoria Falls. Beautiful. I'll put it over. I don't know if I'm going to put the pictures on either side. I think I have more real estate over on this side. But wow, is that a stunning color? It's like a lavender blue. Similar, I can put them side by side. The sugar blues, I would say the difference is sugar blues is not as ruffly. The edges are more smooth. And it's slightly darker, more darker purple, whereas Victoria Falls is definitely more ruffly and a little bit softer of that lavender blue. Stunning, gorgeous. I think that's probably my favorite. Ooh, this one's pretty cool too. Let's see what this one is. Cubs Win It. All right, this is a tall bearded iris. It's got a sort of a soft lavender on the top with a yellow throat and then a dark purple on the bottom. Beautiful. Okay, any more in here? Did I get them all? I got them all. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay, Shriners Gardens, I am impressed with most of these. I'd say most of them are like this. You know, just they could have done some grooming, or maybe that happened in transit, I'm not sure. I mean, they came, you know, pretty good size, but some of them really impressed me. Some of them are good sized. I'd say that's a beauty. And then where's the other one that was already starting to have some, put on some growth? Here it is. This one. Now that could just be the vigor of the plants. Every plant is different. Even though these are all bearded irises, they could all have different growth habits. They could be more vigorous, less vigorous. So anyway, wow. So okay, how many did I get? Where am I gonna put all these? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Where am I gonna put 11? Well, maybe I will walk the garden and start thinking about where I want to put them, and I'll start putting my red flags up, because that's a great place to a great way to communicate and think about, you know, where I'm planting stuff. I'll probably have someone dig me a hole. Now the thing about rhizomes is that, or bearded irises I should say, is that you want the rhizome part, right, this part, to be like on the surface of the soil. You really just want the soil to kind of be encapsulating the roots. So this plant would be like that, can you see? And then this stuff is exposed, because this is what it triggers it to bloom. That's, from what I understand, it needs the heat, it needs the cold, and that's what triggers its bloom cycles. And if you bury it too deep, it just kind of goes, la 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 la, I'm happy here. It doesn't really do anything. Okay, so the more I think about it, I think the more I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna walk around the garden. You wanna walk with me? And let's go see where we can put some of these beautiful bearded irises. Okay, the first one we're gonna do, Hey Darling, which is this pretty purple. So I have the Kuthi in here, which is an annual, so I don't really have to, but I want something I want to repeat. So I don't want to put a bright purple in there. This whole bed needs purple. I don't have any purple in here. It doesn't get as much sun as I think a bearded iris would like, but I think something, no, this one gets 38 inches tall. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to take the ceanothus out and the Daphne, so those will be open there. So I think, and then I've got my crossvine, which are these beautiful orange. They're starting to bloom, so pretty. And then I have, but don't forget I have not had enough coffee. My blooming season is in fall or winter, so I'm thinking, what if we put something right here? A little pop of spike here. It's got the lavender, you know, spikes of the sea lavender here. So, you know, maybe that's, but that's blooms now. It's not blooming later. So, though I do have some bearded irises blooming now. See, this is hard. This is hard. I think maybe here. I think I'm gonna put it here. Here, I'm just gonna remind myself this is where I want it. There. First one, done. Now I can think about it. I don't have to. I'm gonna have someone help me, so I don't have to. Okay, let's see what else we got. How about this one? Cherry Blossom Spring Song. Cherry Blossom Song, like a peachy. No, that's a Coco Loco-ish color. Let's see. Some beautiful peach. See, I have some purple. You can see it right there. That's blooming right now, which has never done that before. And then I've got this two-tone color here. So I want to stay away. I've got enough bearded iris right here. I know I want some in this bed, but I want to put that one of those lavenders in there, I think. So let's go look. What about this whole bed is gorgeous. What about something like this? I've got my tricolor wallflower, which is a perennial. All of these are annuals. The gomphrena, the verbena, helichrysum. I mean, a lot of times it overwinters for us, but not always. And this is a 36 incher. Where do I need a little bit of, next to my Shasta daisy. Ooh. And then I've got my dahlias right there. Would that be pretty if I had it kind of behind? Ooh, I like that. Let's try that. If I put it, see, there's my rose. What if I tucked it in? Right. I think this is my Maynite. I think that needs a little bit of help. Oh, what if I put it right here? What if I put it right there? Yeah, pretty. Okay, next. Okay, next is, what's this one? Can't read that. It's upside down. Oh, this is my sugar blues. And this is the one I wanted right in here. So I'll put that one right there. And nice tall spikes right there. Nice. Okay, let's do autumn Riesling. I need a pop of orange, I think, somewhere. Where? I don't have any apricot or orange in this bed. I have the Shasta daisy centers. That's it. So I think here, oh, and I'll have the crossvine in here. So an orange would be really pretty. And I think it will be really pretty. Here. There. Nice pop of orange. And those spikes right there will be really nice. Okay, this is getting easier. Okay, let's do Marrying Kind, which is like this two-tone, 35 inches, pink and purple. You notice I'm avoiding my inner circle here just simply because that side doesn't get enough sun for bearded irises. They will bloom, sort of, because I have some in here. I have some of the purple in here, and actually I just got a bloom from it this week, which really surprised me. But for the most part, it's not going to bloom like crazy. But we do want to trim some of these, sorry for the light, some of these trees down, and we'll get more sun in here. So this part is a little bit more shady, but this part I get a lot of sun. But you can tell, like, this is where all my hostas are. Hostas, less light, bearded irises, more light. So I'm reluctant to put anything in here, but what about in here? I have my Gara. I have annuals in the front here. This is my Cousin It circle. What if I did something like right about here? You like that? Purple pink right there? Why not? Okay. Here's that dark, beautiful plum one. Bounce. All right. Dark plum. So pretty, that dark plum over here, but because I have that dark plum verbena. Look how pretty that color is. That's very similar, no? So, I have too much though. And then I have the Kufia. We put the Sugar Falls in there. The Kufia might not. Oh, hello. Aren't they so sweet? Can you see the hummingbird? Oh, three of them chasing each other off. They are so silly. Okay, I think I definitely want one in this space here. And I think this is the right color for it because I've got my apple blossom rose, my pugster blue, I've got fan flower down here that's on the struggle bus anyway. The Kufia might not last, and even if it does, I don't think it's going to bloom when this blooms. So having a nice little pocket of this gorgeous plum here, I think would be great. Nice. Okay, we're making progress. I've got some soft pinks left. And then the lavender ones. Let's go do the lavender ones. Let's see. What's this one? Victoria Falls. What a pretty color that is, huh? Okay. This. What about over here? I've got a Chitalpa, which is pink. I've got the Lantana, which is pink with some yellow. The new blooms are yellow, but then as they age, they just go solid pink. And I've got this Roseanne, which is a pretty similar color. And I've got this ice plant, which is pink. That blue fescue, I think, needs to come out. What about having a nice spiky, instead of that blue fescue, a nice spiky pop of lavender right there? Ooh, I think that would be pretty. That's a Veronica, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna move those. So, something there. Ooh, nice, okay. Making progress. Let's see what we got. This one, the Cubs win it. This is, oh, you know what, I lost track of which one is the, oh, it's this one. Chincoterra is the really tall one, okay. Cubs win it, 37 inches, as we're specific, with this white and blue variegated, which means it will want a lot of attention. It'll draw your eye with attention. So, let's see. I have on this side very similar colors, I think. I've got this African daisy that's the blue and the blue and the white here. Some annuals. Got my kangaroo paw that's supposed to be purple, but so far it's not. The verbena, which could be a long, over winter for me. I've got this lime, which I'm going to plant somewhere else and just turn this pot into a annual pot. And this does get hot afternoon sun. I do have a Siberian iris already right here, so I already have a pop of that. And I've got some penstem in here that I can't bear to tear out because look how pretty they are when they bloom. But they're just so gangly. But I've got this plumbago. There's just a lot of purple over here, which means this might be a good, I have my Atlas rose in the back there, which is apricot. But this might be a good place, maybe over there for that Chincoterra one. A little bit of orange. But for this purple sort of bicolor, okay, we put one here. We put the Cherry Blossom Song one in here. Let's see. What about, I have the two Atlas roses here with the Verbena de la Mina verbena here, the lavender, or the purpley white with this, with the liriope, really pretty. I've got the apricot. This might be a good place for it. And I've got, some of this, like the purple proven winners, what are supertunias will go because they're annuals. Not necessarily, they could overwinter, but something spiky and tall might be pretty. What about right? I gotta figure out how to get up there though. What about something right here? Right there. Dig out some of that snow and summer and have a nice tall. The thing about bearded iris, if you don't like them, you dig them up and you move them. I kind of feel like a little bit of freedom in that. Like, oh, if I don't you know, get it right, I can move it. Okay, next one. Okay, next up, I've got 3 left. The Chinkatera, the Eraser Pink, and the Irish Beauty, both light pinks, and then the Chinkatera. Now, where did I say that Chinkatera would look good? Where did I say I needed some more of this plum slash, I'm sorry, it's not, why is it not? Hello? Let's see if I can get it, sorry. There we go. Okay. All right. Where do we want to put this plum orange? I had it in my head earlier, didn't I? I'm like, oh, this would be so pretty here. An orange. Where did I say I wanted to do that? Maybe over in this bed. But you know, this bed's pretty crowded. So, now remember, all of these gomphorinas will be gone. The meteor showers may or may not come back. The plumbago's in there. We've got this weeping red bud that does like a, in the spring, pink. The Chinkatera would be pretty back here because I've got the Atlas roses. I've got the wallflower, the tricolor wallflower, which has yellow and pink in it. See? What do you think about those two things together? Boy, it just does not like focusing on this tag, sorry. And the helichrysum, which will likely die. Yeah, I think this is, and also it'll be in sun. How am I supposed to get over here? Without stepping on stuff. Okay, let me figure that out and I'll be back. Okay, here's where I landed. It's right there where an emitter is, which is awesome. And then I had to kind of crawl back behind my crepe myrtles. And I tucked it in front of the crepe myrtle, but behind the rose, because when it blooms, and it will bloom, this is not a good idea for me to be doing this. Okay, when it blooms, the rose will be completely cut back. The dahlias will be gone. They're annual for the most part. The crepe myrtles will be nothing but sticks. So having that pop of orange raspberry right there will be so beautiful. And none of this, like all the annuals I have in front, even if they do turn out to be perennials, they still aren't going to be blooming usually when those irises are blooming. So, okay, good. All right, we're making progress. Down to 2. Both similar color schemes. Eraser Pink, which may be more peach, and Irish Beauty, which may be more pink. A soft pink and a soft peach. Okay, this bed is really full. This bed has bearded iris in it, but not enough. But what about in here? Because I know we're going to trim these trees and I'll get a little bit more. We put one over there. See the red flag? So if we do a nice peach, there's nothing peach over here or pink. Either one would be pretty, not both. Let's do, how about one right? Oh, it's a little close to the Gara. What if I had to put it on the other side of this cousin it? Oh. Like right here, something tall and spiky. Oh, I'm just not feeling it with the Gara being tall and spiky. And that tends to be like that year round for us. These cousin its will get to be bigger, not quite full because I don't get enough sun. I'm thinking maybe right here. A nice peach or pink, either one. Let's see, what did I put in there? I put in the Irish beauty right there. I think that'll be gorgeous. Right there in the middle of all that verbena. Okay, so now we've got the eraser pink, which is a beautiful pink. Let's see where we can put that. We have 3 in this bed enough. We've got, let's see, we put 2 in this bed. We put 2 in this bed. Do we want to do symmetry? We put 1 on that side. Do we want to put 1 on this side? No, I think we've got the African daisy there. This is where it would be happiest because it gets the most sun. But I just don't see a need for, and I also have 1 there, if you can see it. So I don't need, I can't remember what color that one is. I have it labeled. Let's see. So we have our one there. What's I think is a little bit hard for me is with all how full everything is over here, with all the annuals. The pink cashmere is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. So this is eraser pink, which is a little bit more peach. And it's just hard for me to see with all this craziness going on about where a peach might be pretty. This is a hot pink. So I don't know that hot pink, oh, and we put 1 right there anyway. We put 1 nice back there, and we put 1 back there. Kind of feel like there should be 1. See where those anemones are going out of control? Oh, I lost my flag. Oh, there it is. Let me grab it. Okay. Those anemones need to go because they will just take over. They are, I mean, they already are. That's why they're there. I dug them out and they keep coming and they're spreading by rhizome. Right. My flag came off and I'm trying to put it on. There we go. Okay. Okay. So this is such a soft, pretty peach. And this is like a pastel bed here anyway. The Gomphrena is a lot pastel or pink, is that a word? Than I thought. Got this African daisy, which is pretty, little fuchsia, the plumbago. Wondering if we put it in here somewhere. I know I already have the Siberian iris here, but I wonder. This one doesn't get that tall, it's 33 inches. These need to be trimmed here. These are red tip photinia. I wonder if we just put it right here and drop there. We'll need to put some water in it. There, about right there. I had to think about that one. Okay. So day 12, we'll answer the question, can you have too many plants? The answer is no. Let me turn the camera around. Day 12. All right. Did we answer the question, can you ever have too many plants? Here I say no, but the rest of me is saying, oh, maybe I went a little crazy with the iris. But so we put 1 here, and we put 1 here, and here, and here in this bed. And then we put the rest, I don't know how well they'll do in that bed. Doesn't get a lot of, you know, nothing in my garden gets more than 6 hours, and 6 hours of pushing at most get 4. So we'll see. So I put 1 in here, there, one, and another one there. Then we put one here. Let's see, I already have this one here. And then we put one, let's see, right, 1, 2, I'm looking like right into the sun. Let's do it from this side where it's not as bad. Let's see here. That's still pretty bright, but let's see. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3 over there. So 3 in this bed. So I think that'll be great for a total of, what I say, 11? Okay. Plus the ones I have in here. I have the purple. I have the ones that are, I call them bicolor. I don't know if that's the right terminology or not. So anyway, yay. That's our beautification project, our nourishment. So of our daily routine, I did water. I did not pull a weed, but my husband's gonna do that today. So I'll show you. We torch it. I'll give you a little clue. I'll try and put it up on the screen. So yes, yay, we pulled a weed, torched a weed, same thing. Deadheaded and pruned. Yeah, I did my Princess Alexandra of Kent roses. I just trimmed a few of those things off and harvested tomatoes. I feel like it's kind of cheating having that on my daily routine list because I do it all the time. And then document. So here we are, day 12 in the bag. So we did all of our garden chores, and we did our beautification project of planting and placing, I should say, placing the bearded iris. They're tough. They can sit on the soil for a little bit. I'm gonna live with them, see if I wanna maybe retool or edit any of them. And if not, then I will get them in the ground, or I'll have some help getting them in the ground. What about you? Where are you in your journey? Drop me a comment. Tell me what's going on for you, and what are you doing as part of your routine? I'd love to hear from you. All right, everybody, thank you. And I hope you have a chance to get out and enjoy your garden today.